Ramadan, I had a lot of questions, and it's about, do you drink water? How do you do Ramadan? So I thought that it's very interesting to share more information and give you an idea about what is Ramadan and how to support students during Ramadan. So Ramadan is an important event for Muslim people. It takes place in the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. This is based in the moon. Ramadan begins the morning after people see the crescent moon. It can last for 29 or 30 days. This is about 1 month. So it's always about like Muslims follow the moon calendar. That's why we're not sure if it's going to be the 2nd of April or the 3rd of April.
Ramadan is the 4th pillar of Islam. We have 5 of them. It's the 4th. It's not, you're supposed to do it, but you're not forced.
Fasting. During the month of Ramadan, Muslim people will fast. This means they can't eat or drink anything between sunrise and sunset. Muslims believe that fasting reminds them of people who have less than they do, as well as making them think more about the actions. Not every Muslim person is expected to fast. Young children and older people are not expected to fast, although sometimes they do. Some people, they are sick, but they just like prefer to fast. And older people too, they don't have to fast. But sometimes they put themselves in a situation because if they have to get medication or something, so they don't have to fast. And my dad put himself in this situation last year. So I mean, like Islam said that like you don't have to fast if you're sick or pregnant woman or like someone or children. You don't have to fast. So what is special in Ramadan? Like we have decoration, fasting, homemade food every day, all month, sharing food and helping people in need, stay away from all bad deeds. Like for sharing food and helping people in need, most of people share whatever they're making at home, like before eating with people in need. If someone is in need, they share with them. Or some people for here, for example, they just take it to the mosque. Whoever needs food, they can get it. Some people also organize breakfast like during Ramadan in mosque, and people who are like they don't have house, homeless, or they don't have food, they can just go there and eat for free. Stay away from all bad deeds like being nice to all people, avoiding fighting, avoiding all bad things. It's a month about like being close to God, and it's all about being nice to each other, do all good deeds. So, Sundus, you want to add something? Sure. Okay. What about you, Gab? You want to add something?
Yeah, you can add fast from the girls in the period too.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
And they have to make that up.
You have to make it up. Yeah.
Ms. Dabi,
What did you say?
Yeah. Billy, say what you were going to tell them about the green card.
So if you got a green card during the presentation or any time today, if you have a question or you're curious about anything, you can write it on the green card. And then we'll collect it at the end and we'll read them out loud and answer any questions. So, yeah.
Thank you. Why Ramadan is a sacred month? Muslims observe the second month of Ramadan to mark when Allah sent an angel to Prophet Muhammad to reveal the Quran, the Islamic holy book. And this is, I can give you This is the Quran, the Islamic holy book. Like an information, not everyone can touch it. I mean, if you're, if for example a woman is in period, she can touch it. It's all about being pure. This revelation is known as the Night of Power or Laylat al-Qadr in Arabic. So the night of 26th of Ramadan, it's a very important night for all Muslims people. Most of Muslims people, they stay the whole night praying until the next day. It's a very important night. So this you understand.
Some people during Ramadan try to read the whole thing or try to get most of it. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, the Quran. Okay, what is the main purpose of Ramadan? During Ramadan, Muslims aim to grow spiritually and become closer to Allah and their loved ones. They do this by fasting and abstaining from eating, smoking, and drinking between sunrise and sunset each day. Ramadan is also a time for unity and spiritual reflection, and Muslims spend time praying, reciting the Quran, and doing good deeds. Fasting is important during Ramadan as it allows Muslims to devote themselves to their faith. They get closer to Allah and learn patience and compassion. It's about nourishing your soul rather than only focusing on your physical body. It's also one of the 5 pillars of Islam, which are the foundation of how Muslims live their lives. And here we have the five pillars of Islam. We have profession of faith, shahada, prayer, salat, alms, zakat, fasting, and pilgrimage, hajj. So we call them, this is the Arabic way to say them, and that's the meaning. Fasting is usually done by all Muslims except those who are sick, pregnant, lactating, menstruating, elderly, or traveling. If you're traveling also, you don't have to fast. If you miss fasting days, you can make up for them throughout the year. So you have the whole year to make it up.
Women, I just learned this the other day, women who are pregnant and choose not to fast, they have to make it up, but some of them can't, but if they could do another way by giving people food each day.
Yeah, sharing food with people every day, yeah, that works too. Helping others and doing good deeds is an important part of Ramadan. Sometimes this means giving money to charities or people that need help. It can also mean being kind, giving your time and sharing what you have. What happens at the end of Ramadan? A special 3-day festival called Eid al-Fitr. After Ramadan, we're gonna have Eid al-Fitr. That's the festival of the breaking of the fast, marks the end of Ramadan. It begins when the first sight of the moon is seen in the sky. It's a joyous occasion with Muslims celebrating the end of fasting and giving thanks to Allah. During the 3 days, Muslims attend prayers in the morning and visit loved ones and neighbors. They enjoy a delicious traditional feast with friends and family. Children often given presents, and it's custom to donate to those in need. As a symbol of unity, Ramadan is a time when Muslims from all over the world come together to celebrate their faith. So some families, they can travel and see other family or friends. It's all about being together. two necessary meals during Ramadan. We have 2 meals during Ramadan. Suhoor is served before dawn, and healthy meal to provide needed energy throughout a day of fasting. Is eaten before Fajr prayer. It's the last meal Muslims eat before fasting from dawn to sunset. The iftar is also known as futur, served after sunset. First meal of the day, the meal is taken after the call to the Maghrib prayer, often done as a community. So, for example, for the iftar, the whole family has to be together and eat together. And for suhoor, it's like you get up, it depends. Sometimes it's like 4 morning, sometimes it's 5 morning, you get up, you get some food, and you get some water, you pray, then the next day starts. You want to add something?
Usually iftar, when you want to, it's usually good to eat a date before you break your fast.
Okay, ways to support our students during Ramadan. Don't force Muslim students to out themselves, because some of them don't like to share their beliefs with classmates or teachers, or attempt to minimize physical markers of their beliefs. Avoid food-centered class events. Ask students what they think will be helpful to support them. Reduce potentially dangerous physical activity, because when fasting, students may be experiencing low blood sugar, weakness, and other symptoms that make physical activity dangerous. Keep an eye out for students who may need additional supports. Teach your class about Ramadan tradition. Consider decorating your classroom. And all together, Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Prayer.
We will welcome all your questions, and yeah, if you have any questions, you're welcome.
Hi. At what age do the children begin to officially participate in Ramadan? You said that they don't have to, but at what age are they expected to transition over to?
It's a great question. They start at 12. It's puberty. Whenever, during puberty, they start, like age of 12, 10, 12, they start. Yeah.
Oh, it's when you hit puberty, it's
Yeah, it's
So what are some other ways that we can help students from like the teacher perspective?
Can you repeat the question?
What are some other ways, like as teachers, that we can help our students?
As a teacher, what do you like?
don't give too much work at once.
Okay. As a student, you can answer this question. Okay. How do you like teachers to support you during Ramadan?
Talk about how your day going.
Yeah.
Comfort them. Be
Okay.
nice to them.
Okay. I feel like, just like when students feel that you care about what they're doing, and like that makes them like comfortable, and they can share what's going on. If they don't feel comfortable, if they're like, if they don't feel okay, and I mean like, I like, as a teacher, I like to check with my students and know a lot about them, about the religion, about everything they're doing. So this way, they will feel like, okay, the teacher is building a relationship with the student, and they just like feel comfortable with everything they're doing. Okay?
This kind of dovetails what she asked. Where do our students go during Ramadan, like during lunch and learn? How do they avoid the temptation of eating or being constantly offered food and stuff? Like, do you have a safe place that you go to that helps you during that time where everybody else in the building is typically eating?
So, well, I don't know, like if we can find a spot for the students, and that's why I wrote an email to add it to the bulletin to the teachers about they can have this, like this presentation, and they can have like extra like information and advices about like how to support students. And I include also like what should we do during lunch and learn. If some teachers are okay with that, they can keep them in the room, in the classroom, if it's fine with them. So otherwise, I'm not sure how we can, like, for example, for me, I'm gonna have my students, if they're during lunch and learn, they're welcome to come to my room and stay there with me, it's fine. But I don't know I wish we can have a spot for these students because they can be around like places that they have food, like cafeteria, and yeah.
For me personally, when people are like getting around me, it doesn't bother me. So like I just stay with my friends, but that depends on who you are.
Like, they're kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we started at a really little age, so like 4 or 5, so we get used to it. So like the more we see people eat, it's just like,
It doesn't bother me.
yeah, don't care, it doesn't bother us.
Yes.
What is the actual time for sunrise and sunset? Is it like 6 to 6?
So for now, I think it's 8. Is it 8?
Sunset.
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 Yeah, it's 8, and sunrise it's 6. Yeah, 6.
6:30.
6, 8. And it changes, it keeps changing.
So when you're sharing with others, can a non-Muslim person come to the mosque to eat?
Yeah, yeah, they can. Yeah, they're welcome. Yeah, they can go and eat. Yes.
What would be a good way to contact staff about any concerns you have with class potentially conflicting with Ramadan?
Say it again.
What would be a good way to go to staff if you have any concerns with like a class curriculum or anything conflicting with Ramadan?
I didn't get exactly the question, I'm sorry.
Like if you're having trouble, how you can like just call with someone?
Yeah, like what would be a good way to communicate, hey, I might not be able to participate in X activity that I'm currently doing?
I just usually just tell them.
Yeah,
you know,
just
Just try to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's up.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, what about you?
You can just try to tell them. I'm pretty sure they'll understand.
Yeah, teacher will understand. It's just like communication is very important. Any questions?
What is special about the 26th night? Remember you said that's 26th?
Yeah, the 26th is the night when Quran, like when the Prophet, like when the Quran, when the Prophet revealed the Quran. So
Okay.
this is the night. Yeah, the 26th.
Okay. So you stay up the whole night, you said?
Yeah, you stay the whole night like praying and yeah, and asking Allah, like for good things.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, I was going to ask you what were the other 4 pillars of Islam, but my friend just told me.
It's shahada. Yeah, I have to go. Okay, go ahead. Shahada.
So the first one is Iman, the second one is prayer, the third one is dhikr,
Zakat.
Okay.
and the fourth one is fasting, and the fifth one is Hajj.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Go to me. Any other questions? Yes.
How do you cook when you're so tired? Because you cook for your family every day?
You cook for your family, and the best thing is like if you have. I just was explaining it to Mrs. Fox before. If you have, for example, 4 kids and everyone likes special thing,
Yeah.
so you cook for everyone whatever they want. You're like, you just like want to make your family happy too. I don't know how we get this energy, but like for my son, he's 10 years old. He doesn't have to do it. And he was doing it for 3 years now. Just like he wants to do it. I keep asking him that you don't have to, but he does it. And I know he loves crepes with chocolate. And it's just like making the crepes with chocolate. Even if I'm like tired sometimes, it's an extra thing. And you make a lot of like food that's like everyone can come to you. Sometimes like you invite people to go over your house and you cook for everyone and you just like feel happy to do that. So like personally with my friends, we're organizing now each Saturday to go to someone's house. We're like 10 families with kids.
Oh my.
And we're all over there. Everyone can bring something. The host can like get like the special thing for us Moroccan. We make like the soup harira. I made some of it today, and other like sweets and stuff. And everyone can bring whatever he wants. Yeah. And then we eat, we pray. Everyone is happy, and then. Yes.
What is something you would like to tell us about the state?
Yeah, what do you want to I'm going to let the students answer because I would like to hear from them.
See, something I got from a friend, she asked why I did this. And personally, we were in a job not for looks, but for Allah. I got her.
And a lot of us don't actually wear it because we have to wear it, but you have to want to, like, you want that, you know? A lot of, like, there's other girls that have been forced to wear it, and they're not clean, like, they're not actually liking wearing it and stuff, and that's, like, really wrong, so, like, no one should ever force someone to wear hijab. So if you see someone not wearing hijab and they're Muslim, don't just, like, ask why you're not wearing it, you know?
Or like just don't judge fasting. You never know people's story, you know?
Okay. Society, I will say something.
Because in Islam they don't force you to wear hijab. They told us to wear hijab, but they didn't force. So if you like to wear it, you can wear it. And if you're not ready yet, it's up to you. Wearing it shows like a true meaning of like, you know, Islam. So it's like how beautiful it is.
Yes.
Would any of the students care to share any other maybe like misunderstandings that you've heard from other peers, like about you being forced to wear the hijab? Are there other things that you've experienced over the years that are kind of common misconceptions that you can share with us?
Being judged because they're wearing a hijab. Like if they're cussing, they're like, why are you cussing? You're wearing a hijab. Like, come on and stuff. And that's like really wrong. Like we're humans either way, and we can like cuss and stuff. But it's just like yeah, a lot of people judge because of that.
Yeah.
We're being judged by our clothes. Like how tight our clothes is, even though it's like baggy. They're like, you can't wear that, you can't wear that. I'm just saying, we're being judged at the end of the day.
So what do you want to say? Because like I don't think for like Muslims, if you're wearing hijab, you're not allowed to any mistakes. That's what they want to say. You're not allowed to any mistake, any mistake. So they want to say that's like, even if we're wearing hijab, we're human and we can make mistakes. So don't judge us from that. So we're wearing hijab, but we're still human. And the goal of wearing hijab, that's a long story too. So it's something else I don't want to go because today it's just all about Ramadan. So hijab is just like a way to protect the women. This is the goal of hijab. Hijab is just like a way to protect women from anything, from any abuse or anything. Any other questions? We're good, Mrs. Fox.
You guys, I just want to thank everybody for coming today, and we're going to do a little Ramadan prayer before we feast. But this is truly, Miss Dobby, this meant so much to her that we come together, and your time is so valuable, and I always never take that for granted. And Miss Dobby has been wanting, she's like, we've got to share about Ramadan. And the students and Sundays, this is her first time coming out. Her mom made a lot of the food. Miss Dobby made a lot of the food. The girls made a lot of the food. And we just thank you for that and talk with them as you're feasting. But I thought it would be appropriate if you guys would like to, before we feast, if there's a little prayer. And again, thank you so much. And
Yeah.